Paris information. This is Flight Ferry Car Freighter. Golf Alpha November, Whiskey Kilo. Do you read me?
Whiskey Kilo Radio 555.
Whiskey Kilo on schedule VFR flight, Southend to Lyon. Present position Foxtrot Charlie, flight level 70.
You are 48 hours early, Whiskey Kilo.
Negative. It's the new schedule, Sparrows.
Okay.
Jim?
Yep.
I think we've found it at last.
Oh, what do you think we found at last, Tommy?
The Bristol freighter that carried the gold.
Nigerian registration?
It belongs to a Nigerian company.
Look, Tommy, I believe a lot of things, but not that. Not a load of Africans.
But they hadn't taken delivery on the day of the robbery. And yet it was registered in their name by the Board of Trade a week before. It says so here. There's something wrong somewhere.
Oh, don't ask me. You're the expert. Type that, will you?
Central Index Centre there before, sir.
What about that list that Richard Bolt sent us of all the Bristol freighters in Europe? Is it on it?
No.
Bolt selling us short?
No, by the time you asked for that list, the plane was in Africa.
Look, Tommy, in words of one syllable, what makes you think that this plane flew the gold from Westmarsh Airfield on January the 14th?
Because it was the only Bristol not on a scheduled flight and not in workshops on that day. It was still in the hands of a broker. Edward Meakin lives at Herne.
Car?
Waiting. Oh, and I'll lay on tickets for Lagos.
Why, do you want a holiday? That plane's been repainted and twice around Africa since then. Not looking for the plane, anyway.
We've not been looking for the plane for over 3 months.
No, not the plane. The pilot. I want the pilot. He could really lead us somewhere. Just one tiny question. If that plane wasn't in Africa on that day, where was it?
Beek, in southern Holland.
Oh, I'll be needing that file, if you don't mind. What was it doing at Beek in southern Holland?
Waiting to be sold. I sell aeroplanes where they are. The mountain doesn't go to Mahomet. May I know what you're doing here, Mr. Cradock?
Yes, of course. Remember the gold robbery?
Oh, you're that Cradock.
That one.
Well, if you find any gold here, can I have a sample?
Afraid you're a bit late with that joke. I first heard it 5 minutes after the robbery.
Eh?
Not like you to be late, is it? More like you to be early.
Oh, what's that supposed to mean?
You sell that plane out of Beek to a Nigerian company.
As I said.
You file change of ownership papers with the Board of Trade.
It's required by law, yes.
Why'd you make a false declaration?
What?
The sale was wrongly dated.
Never. Show me.
By an unhappy chance, you don't seem to have a copy of it in your file. But by an equally happy one, I do have one in mine. There we are. Registered with them on the 8th of January, and the Nigerians say they didn't buy the plane until the 17th.
That's funny.
Very. Considering the biggest bullion robbery in history took place in between. But it's not only funny, it's also an offence.
Oh, come on, Mr. Cradock. It was a mistake. That plane had been on offer for a month. It's quite possible I made a mistake with the date. That's easy enough.
And profitable.
It's the sort of thing I'm always doing. For instance, I signed checks with last year's date on them for a few weeks after the new year. Now, you've never done that. Slip of the pen.
A slip, anyway.
An inadvertent error. And I apologize, I'm sorry. Will you advise the BOT or shall I?
I advise you to be very, very careful, Mr. Meakin.
Offer you a drink, sir?
No, thank you, not on duty.
I thought this was just a friendly visit. Otherwise you'd have brought a witness with you.
Think we need a witness?
Not me. Cheers.
Who flew that plane on January the 14th, the day of the robbery?
Who says anybody did?
I did.
Why ask me then?
It was your plane.
I don't think anybody did.
Oh, that's interesting. Because Dutch Air Security state the plane wasn't at peak during the morning, but it was back by 3 in the afternoon. Funny.
Well, yes, there was a fellow interested in buying the plane at that time. I told him he could fly a demo if he liked. I suppose he could have done it on that day. I don't know.
Well, it was still on offer to the Nigerians.
Well, no signature, no deposit. In this game, you sell to the first fellow who comes up with the cash.
And this other chap, the one who flew the demo, didn't come up with the cash.
No. Don't worry, he was perfectly legitimate. He's a personal friend of mine. He's not your man, I assure you.
Your assurance is worth washers, Mr. Meakin. I want his name. I want it now.
Well,
His name.
Goodwin. Tom Goodwin.
What's he doing? Where is he now? His personal friend.
No idea.
Tom?
Hello, Dee.
Tom, you got thinner.
Mr. Chili con carne.
Yeah. A little bit of roast beef from now on.
I thought it would never happen. Well, we can't stand here talking all day.
Separate rooms. You funny man.
We got to keep up appearances now you're getting married.
Quite right. And very proper. Oh, I love you.
You tired?
No, I'm too excited to be tired. 3 whole months. I'm just never going to catch up. Tell me what you've been doing, Tom. It really is all fixed up.
It really is all fixed up, yes. 11:30 tomorrow morning, Malvern Registry Office.
Yeah, I know. Gosh, look at the way I packed this stuff. I just threw it in.
Yes, I can imagine.
Olé. Present.
I've got one for you, too.
Oh. Oh, God. Thomas Meredith Goodwin, bachelor. Deirdre May Latter, spinster. Spinster. What a laugh.
Oh, what's mine, then?
It's real Brazilian alligator. I got it from that shop round the corner at the club at Rio. Do you remember?
Yeah.
You like it, Tom?
Yes.
Oh, here, you better hang on to that.
Yeah.
I know you don't usually use one, but from tomorrow onwards, you're going to be a respectable married man. And you keep your money in a wallet.
Yes, madam, from tomorrow.
You don't mind?
No, I don't mind. Nothing but this rotten old piece of paper for you, no proper present.
Well, you haven't had a moment, have you? Job hunting, interviews, down the neighbour. Yeah, that reminds me, I'm through my agent. Have you got one yet?
Who needs a job?
You do. You haven't.
I thought you could keep me. I like the idea of being kept by a dancer. It's got glamour, that.
Sure. Oh, my money. Oh, well, you could always get back to flying. I mean, pilots always work. You could teach flying.
Yeah, well, I might in my spare time.
In your full time.
Oh, I thought I might try my hand at running a hotel.
My dream hotel. Lawns running down to the river. And that notice saying, fishing strictly private. One day, Tom. One day. Come and make love to me.
I love you, Dee.
I know.
All right, he's been buzzing around the world like a blue-eyed fly for the last 10 years. Arrives back in Britain December the 30th last. Declares £30,000 in cash to customs 14 days before the robbery. Not been seen or heard of since.
Except by Meekin.
Set by friend Meekin. 3 months jail in Brazil last year. So Interpol, but they don't say what for.
Well, I've been digging at that. Some funny story about bombing Indians.
Sort of mercenary.
Well, nothing proved. Case dropped. Sounds like a lot of South American baloney.
Ah, that's a great help. Well, keep pushing. Airlines, airports, the man's a pilot.
Probably in Papua or Chile or Rhodesia.
Or our back garden. Better make sure of that first, eh?
Yep.
Tom?
Hello. Come stai bene?
Sì, molto bene, obrigado. Did you? Yeah, you must have done.
You know something?
What?
It's almost time we went to eat.
Where?
Somewhere very expensive.
Oh?
To celebrate the end of the longest wait in history.
Yeah, well, you should have let me break my contract and come with you. And what have you been doing during the longest wait in history?
Waiting.
Really?
Oh, walking about, thinking, planning, sorting myself out, I suppose. Wondering where 10 years went. Mainly wondering if I've got what it takes to make a good husband.
Yeah.
It took me by surprise, you know.
Well, you've got what it takes. I'm a good picker. You won't lock me out, will you? Shut little bits of yourself away.
Don't husbands do that?
No, husbands don't do that.
I wouldn't know, you see.
Neither would I. I've never been married before, either. I've been bumming around the world, living out of suitcases, just like you have. More, please. I'm going to run my bar. Listen, we're both new at this lot. We just got to make up our own rules as we go along.
Just like before.
Yeah. Hey, I better ring Mum and invite her to the wedding. Bet you didn't think of that.
No, I'm sorry, I forgot. You told her you're marrying a jailbird?
You're not to say that. You're not a jailbird. You ain't guilty, you weren't even tried. I hate the lot of them, they should be shot. Anyway, it's not as if you were a murderer or a bigamist or a gold robber. What am I going to wear? You choose.
from Metropolitan Police to all districts. Attention is called to the following person, Goodwin. Thomas Meredith Goodwin, age 35, 5'11", brown hair. Wanted for questioning in the case of robbery and murder at Westmarsh Airport on January 14th. If this man is found, report his whereabouts, but do not apprehend.
Is that you, Tom?
Yep.
Just finishing your packing. Where to be?
Business? Your mother not here yet?
No, not yet. What business? Where?
I told you I went out on business.
Well, what business? Where?
Oh dear, I'm not going to live in your pocket.
All right. What about that, then?
Well, you've seen this before.
Yeah, but why leave it with me? Hide it in my luggage.
Because it's yours. Half of it, anyway. Your wedding present to go along with that nasty piece of paper.
How much is it?
About £5 out of my piggy bank.
You are a funny man. I love you. But why didn't you say you just wanted me to find all that money just lying about?
Well, it's not lying about. It's in safe hands, isn't it? Besides, we're going to need it.
Yeah, I expect so,
To
love.
furnish the place.
What place?
Your hotel.
My hotel.
Your dream hotel, as requested, Miss Latter. Lawns leading down to the river, 24 bedrooms, all mod cons, near Maidenhead.
For real?
For real.
I don't believe it, Tom.
Well, it's all down there in black and white.
Darling, how? A mortgage?
No, no mortgage.
All that money, where'd you get it all from?
I earned it.
Doing what?
Flying, what else do I know?
Flying?
Yeah.
What sort of flying pays money like that?
Dee, my darling, how are you? Let me look at you. Don't you look wonderful, so brown, my jet-set girl. How was Rio? And Las Vegas? Yeah. And now you come home with a man. Oh, and what a man. My word, aren't you gorgeous? So good-looking.
Mum, this is Tom.
Yes, I know. I should hope so. You ought to have brought her out to see me last night, you know. But I expect you wanted to be alone. Well, hello, Tom, you lucky man.
How'd you do, Mrs. Latter?
Oh, you must call me Mother. There. Now, is everybody ready? Come on, then, off we go.
So here's Beak. Beak to Westmarsh, 180 nautical miles, average speed of a Bristol freighter, 150 knots. Fine. Take off Beak 7 o'clock. Still dark. No one could read the registration numbers. Arrive Westmarsh 8:15, we know that. Trans-Securic van loaded 8:20 approx.
We presume that.
Look, the van driver, Peter Conroy, passed through a Swiss-Austrian frontier post at 3 o'clock that afternoon. How'd he get to Switzerland in the first place? Magic carpet? Okay. Van loaded, freighter takes off, chats up Paris control, Lyon, crosses over the Swiss frontier somewhere around here, up this nice gap in the mountains, 400 miles. Land Bâle, about 11 o'clock.
Why Bâle? Why not Zurich or Geneva? Or does Peter Conroy come out with Bâle?
You know damn well Peter Conroy hasn't come out with a sausage. No, Richard Bock told me any amount of confusion can be arranged at Bâle. Joint Swiss-French control, you know.
Well, presume Bâle, though the Swiss police don't.
The Swiss police. Take off Bâle, say, 11:30. Nice easy run back to Beak in time for lunch. Change the numbers. Meakin's playing back at Beak.
How do you change the numbers in broad daylight? The Dutch air security bloke says he saw the plane that afternoon, and it wasn't Whiskey Kilo.
Plastic strips. Look, everybody I've talked to says Beak's a paradise for villains. All the Armstrong jury were flown through there. Hello? Oh, okay, Dickie, hang on, yeah. Manchester, Aberystwyth. Where? Largs. London? Where? Pick him up. There's a Mr. Thomas Goodwin staying at the Egremont Hotel. And he's a pilot.
Well, I don't think it was Goodwin.
Why not?
Because when Mr. Goodwin landed at London Airport on the 30th of December, he smiled sweetly at the customs man and said, "Yes, I have to declare £30,000. Customs man didn't even ask to see it. He just said, "Good luck, but you don't need to declare money coming into the country. We're only too glad to get it." Memorable, that.
Yeah, customs. It's sus, that, no? I don't think he really had all that money. I think he was just establishing an alibi for when he was paid for the robbery.
Well, if he did that, he's a tricky one, all right.
Yeah. Gonna get married? Where? We'll put a call out for him. We might just pip him on the post.
Why can't you leave me alone for a minute?
But where have they gone, Mrs. Lester?
Why are you crying now? Nothing to cry about.
What the hell do you think I'm crying for? My only daughter's just got married, that's why.
Yes, but where have they gone now?
Off on their honeymoon, of course. What do you want, anyway?
We want to interview Mr. Goodwin.
Coppers on a honeymoon. What have they done? Parked on a yellow line?
It's urgent, Mrs. Lester.
To us, my love. Hmm? Well, what do you think of it?
Beautiful.
Do you like your dream hotel?
Exactly. How much did it cost, Tom?
25,000. Bargain at the price, I'd have thought, wouldn't you?
Yeah. You say you made all that money flying?
Yep, that's what I said.
Not lies, Tom.
I wouldn't lie to you, Dee.
Yeah, you know what you are.
Oh, I lie to officials till the cows come home. I mean, they're fair game. They ask for it, don't they? I wouldn't lie to you.
5,000 and 25,000 makes 30,000. All that flying.
Yeah, all fly.
Your life savings.
Well, it's a good investment for us, isn't it?
You didn't tell me you had that sort of money when we were in Rio.
You didn't ask me, did you?
Dirty jobs. Gun running.
Well, jobs, whatever you like to call them. Look, I've told you all that.
Dirty jobs since Rio. Tom, you promised.
Look, I promised that the moment we got married, I'd give it all up. Well, I've given it all up. I mean, it's all over. Finito. Now, from now on, I'm a hotel keeper, not a pilot. A nice, happy, respectable hotel keeper. Oh, come on, let's go and feed the swans, shall we?
Thomas Meredith Goodwin, age 35, brown hair. It was still dark and a freezing, rather misty morning when you took off from Beak.
Yeah.
Are those ideal conditions for testing an aeroplane?
Yes, I wanted to see how it acted under bad conditions. Are you sure you won't have some champagne?
No, thank you.
How about some scotch, then?
No.
Huh? I used to make a Welsh whiskey. I wonder whatever happened to that. Oh, I wanted to see how the lights worked and the de-icing equipment, and 101 other things. See, I was thinking of buying that aeroplane to run summer charters.
But it was a freighter.
Yeah, you know, cast to the continent and so on.
You gave up the idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I got married instead.
And after you took off, what happened then?
I did a thorough air test over the North Sea. It's the safest place for testing, and then I got back to Beak about lunchtime.
Didn't hang about there.
No, I got my return ticket for the Hook Harwich boat. Look, you can check all this.
We have.
Look, Mr. Cradock, I got married this morning, you know. I really don't see how I can help you anymore.
That plane was the only one of its type that can't be exactly accounted for on that day. The day of the gold robbery.
It is accounted for. I was over the North Sea. You can check the log.
Yeah, I'm sure I can. And how do you explain an unknown Bristol freighter conveniently landing at Westmarsh Airfield during the robbery and flying off with £5.5 million worth of gold?
I don't know. I can't explain it. I mean, it's quite extraordinary, isn't it? I've been reading about it in the papers.
Interested in the case?
Fascinated. I can't wait for the next episode.
It's like a detective story.
Yeah. Look, you pulled in this man you say drove a security van. What's his name?
Conroy?
Conroy. And I read that you think the van with the gold in it was taken to Switzerland.
It's rather in your line.
Huh?
Gun running to the Congo.
Oh, come on now. That's ancient history. Well, why don't you ask us Conroy? He must have seen the pilot. I mean, he travelled in the plane with him, didn't he? Correction, allegedly travelled in the plane with him. Or am I teaching my grandmother to suck eggs?
I'd like just one good reason. One witness, if you like, who could tell me why you shouldn't have been the pilot of that plane.
You're asking me to prove my innocence? I know I've been out of the country for a bit, but from what I remember of British law, a man's innocent until he's proved guilty.
Absolutely right, Mr. Goodwin. I like your hotel. It's got great possibilities. How long have you had it?
Today.
Oh, wedding present. Well, that I call a wedding present. Who gave it to you?
I did.
Oh, it must have cost a lot. Where do you get that kind of money in this day and age?
Brazil?
Can you prove that?
What, do I need to?
Would be a big help.
Oh, that's funny. I declared it at the customs, and they said I didn't need to account for it.
And let me see now. You'd have been paid what in Brazil? Dollars?
Yeah, dollars.
Paid pounds for the hotel?
Yeah.
Don't suppose you'll be able to remember where you changed all those dollars into pounds?
Yeah, Bermuda on the way home.
I've been to Bermuda. Suppose there's no record of that.
Record?
No.
Well, endorse my passport. You want to see that?
Mm-hmm. And you had all that money with you when you got back to London and bought this hotel with it?
Oh, some of it. I've still got a bit left. Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see. Your bank deposit book where you paid in all that money, the date.
I didn't pay it in.
You didn't? I see. Pity that. Your story sort of hangs on it, doesn't it?
Well, my accountant will have a record of paying it in.
Accountant?
Yeah. Well, you see, I'm no great shakes at handling money matters and real estate and all that sort of thing, so I found myself an accountant who handled it for me.
Accountants don't usually buy hotels, do they?
I don't know. This one did, or anyway, found somebody who did. Anyway, he fixed it all up. Well, if you want a record of the paying in slips and the date and all that sort of thing, why don't you ask him?
Thanks very much.
Oh.
Yes. That's very thorough.
Very careful.
That's business like that. My apologies for interrupting your honeymoon, Mrs. Goodwin. Afraid we've rather overstayed our welcome.
Just a bit, Jim.
Oh, just one last thing. Name of the accountant.
Enfield and Lewis, 54 Albemarle Street.
That's right. He gave Mr. Oscroft cash, sterling, and we negotiated the hotel purchase for him. The firm was pleased to do it. Would you like to see the paying in, Slim?
I've told you all I know about the man. I've done business with him over the years. He's chartered planes, he's bought planes, he's tested planes. I don't know who for or what for or why.
Well, it may have sounded like my voice, but it wasn't. Anyway, voice prints aren't admissible evidence, are they?
Well, no, we wouldn't. It would take hours listing all the serial numbers for 25,000 in notes.
Why should I ask questions that don't concern me? I'm a legitimate businessman, a broker. I deal in aeroplanes like anybody else deals in cars.
Look, you're beginning to be a nuisance, you know. Badgering an innocent man.
Not a shred! Not a bloody shred of proof!
We know every single thing Goodwin did that day.
Look, we don't know anything, Tommy. We don't even know a van went into an aeroplane. Nobody's told us they saw it loaded. Nobody's told us they saw it unloaded at Bâle or anywhere else. We don't even know that it was a Bristol freighter. The doubtful evidence of 2 dazed policemen who'd just been hosed with ammonia.
The controller, what was his name? Hartford. He put it in his log.
Well, he was bent. He never saw it land anywhere. And the evidence of Paris control means nothing. Voice prints are not admissible evidence, as friend Goodwin was quick enough to point out.
He must have made some mistake somewhere.
Why? We only believe we're right because we've been trained to use our noses and we've got the scent. We're like a couple of old basset hounds, we are. Sometimes they follow their hair all day without seeing it. And then they come on it and kill it. Trouble is that hares aren't like human beings. Innocent until they're proved guilty.
What about the girl? Funny him getting married like that.
Well, he's been paid the lolly and he loves her.
She involved?
What do you mean, did she collaborate? But she is involved.
How much do you think she knows?
Didn't look too happy, did she?
You going to talk to her?
Let her worry a bit longer, eh?
Mum, I told you on the phone.
I know, but the more I thought about it, I just lay in bed last night worrying for you, so I thought, why not go down and make sure?
Everything's all right.
Police on your honeymoon.
You know what they are.
Yes, I do. Once they get an idea in their head, they go on and on. But there's one thing I've always said. There's no smoke without fire.
What the hell do you mean by that?
Well, that Cradock's no fool, whatever you may say.
Whose side are you on?
Look, I know the whole thing is ridiculous. Well, it is, isn't it?
Yes. Of course it is.
Well, I told them and told them, but they just don't listen. I mean, Tom's not...
Not what?
Oh, Tom, I am sorry.
What about?
Well, telling the police where you were and all.
Yes.
I'm not stopping.
No?
Just if there's anything I can do.
Mum, stay and have some lunch.
No, I must be getting back.
Tom?
Oh, I'll run you to the bus stop.
It's not far. I can walk, thanks.
Mum, please, look, stay and have some lunch. That is, if you don't mind scrambled eggs.
You know what eggs do to me.
Well, I can rustle something.
No, I really must be getting back. Well,
Well, goodbye, Mrs. Latter.
goodbye. Keep in touch, darling.
That wasn't necessary. I said you needn't have done that.
What's she been saying to you about me?
She hasn't been saying anything to me about you. But I'm going to say something to you about you. You've done a job since you came back from Rio, haven't you?
Oh, God, look, I've told you a million times. I did jobs before I went to Rio, when I was in Rio, when I came back from Rio.
A £30,000 job. Look, you were spending money like water when I met you. You said you hadn't got anything put by and we'd both have to go on working after we were married.
Oh, we are going on working, aren't we?
Well, you lied to me.
Now, stop it, Dee.
If I stop it, I might cry. You said you'd never lie to me. You said it.
I did not lie to you. All right. I flew £5.5 million in gold bars out of the country on the day of the robbery at Westmarsh. All right? You wanted to know.
Oh, God. Tom, why? What were you thinking of?
You?
Me?
Yeah, I was thinking of you.
No.
Well, isn't this what you wanted?
No, it isn't. Well, yes, of course it is, but not like this. Not this way. Oh, Tom, you fool. How could you? How?
Well, look, it's all over now. It's finished. Let's just forget it, all right?
Forget it?
Yep.
How can we forget it? Look, at Westmarsh, they cost people. They sprayed them with ammonia. A policeman was killed by a wire stretched across the road.
Oh, I had nothing to do with that. I didn't know about it. I didn't see it. All I did was to fly an airplane from A to B. I didn't even know what was in the bloody van till I read about it in the papers the next day.
You made it possible.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I just flew the aeroplane. I was lucky to get the job, particularly as it was our last one.
Isn't the point?
Well, of course it's the point. It's made all this possible, hasn't it? Anyway, you know, gold just lies around in bank vaults. I mean, it's all bloody foolishness, isn't it?
I don't care about the theft. That's not what I care about. It's us, our lives, the rest of our lives together. Can't talk, can't relax. It started already. That's why you hid that money belt in my luggage.
What do you mean?
You were frightened. You thought when you went to get paid off, you just might get killed by them, didn't you?
Oh, don't be absurd.
Didn't you?
There wasn't much chance
But
of
some.
that. Well, some.
You bastard. You selfish, cold bastard.
What do you mean, selfish?
You think I wanted you dead? In exchange for money? I mean, you think I want a husband in jail? Because you will be. You'll end in jail.
I don't think so.
Every policeman in the whole country breathing down our necks till they've got you. No rest, no peace. Every night waiting, listening for that knock on the door. That what you thought I wanted?
Look, there's nothing I can ever prove.
You're cleverer than every policeman in the country.
Look, I just had weeks to set it up.
During the longest wait in history. Well, they've got forever to knock it down. You don't know how wrong you were, do you?
What about?
Me? You really think you did it for me? Well, you did it for you. You did what you did for yourself. All I wanted was you. I knew what you were, but I still wanted you. Well, I made the mistake. I didn't know how selfish you really were.
I wasn't being selfish. I mean, I didn't mean to be selfish. I just wanted a new start for us.
You still don't understand, do you?
What?
I don't want it like this. It won't work.
What do you mean?
I can't live with you like this.
Can you fall out of love just like that?
Love? I still love you, you fool.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I don't know what the hell to do.
Hello, Mrs. Goodwin. Quite pleasant now. I've always loved this river. When I was younger, I used to punt up here from Maidenhead and land somewhere and go to sleep in the sun. So peaceful. You could imagine there was no one else in the world.
Yes.
And then you remember.
Have you come to see my husband again?
No, it's you this time.
Oh?
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Goodwin.
What for?
The way things have worked out for you. Did you know that your husband flew arms into the Congo?
Yes.
Flying. You name it, he's done it. Every type of plane, every type of cargo. I think I'm beginning to get to know him rather well now.
Very likely.
Would you like to know what I think of him?
Yes.
I like him.
Do you?
All things considered. With his background, it's remarkable he stayed like he has. There's one thing I hate about my job. I hate being instrumental in sending a man to jail for half a lifetime. 10 years, I reckon, is all a man can stand in jail. After that, he falls to bits. Courage, dignity, personality, everything goes. Not everyone realizes that a man who's committed a crime confesses it to us, helps us to solve that crime, things can turn out very differently for him. Did you know that, Mrs. Goodwin?
I don't know. I never really thought about it.
I wonder if your husband knows that.
I've absolutely no idea. Why don't you go and ask him? He's inside.
Then perhaps I will, if you'll excuse me. Of course, the funny thing is, that pilot probably doesn't think he's really done anything very terrible at all. Of course, he was a long way away. Up above it, sitting in his plane. He's opted out. Persuaded himself that it was just another job, like dropping arms in the Congo. Of course, he's kidding himself. Then there are a lot of people like that. In fact, he's just as guilty as that man Tyzak who sprayed the ammonia and went up for 30 years. Of course, you'll have read about that, too. And that gunman who killed himself.
Thought you shot him down.
No. No, I did not. And the van driver, Peter Conroy, whose wife had the courage to give him up because she knew it was the only hope for him. And for her and her child. That's one of the masks they were using.
Well, I'm really not very interested.
No? Thought you would be. Interested in following the case? Still some blood on it. It's a policeman's blood. He's blind. Only in one eye. He can just see out of the other. You're teaching him how to manage without eyes. Not easy at his age. Of course, he's better off than the man who was murdered. At least I suppose he is. That one had a wife and 3 children. And all these awful things were done just for money. Terrible.
Yes. Yes, it's all very terrible. Very terrible. But we have got to get this place ready for opening. Haven't we, Dee?
All right. Tell him what I said to you just now.
So tell me.
I can't stay with you. I know why. I can't live without hope. Nothing to look forward to. I'm just sorry for you. What you are. What you've done. If I still love you, it's not you, it's some man you invented. You look real. But you just don't live in the world with the rest of us. If you don't know what you've done, I can't tell you. God knows if anyone ever could. Goodbye, Tom.
That's what you want.
Hello, Tom.
Must be a bloody frustrating business sometimes, being a policeman.
Yeah. I'll get that pilot. In the end.